So I really didn't expect this. I woke up at 2 o'clock in the morning in excruciating pain. And so it's egg retrieval day. I'd love more than just baby dust. But maybe just some well wishes, because I've got to go into the clinic this morning. I was up for 2 hours with really severe pain. Maybe I ovulated too early, which is heartbreaking, or maybe ovarian torsion, or maybe something else, because there's a lot of stuff going on in your pelvis. I'm still in pain. It's still really uncomfortable, not like it was last night. So we got 20 eggs yesterday. I'm still in the same outfit as yesterday because I don't care. I'm kind of sore. It's not too bad. I am mostly just trying to pick this up. I just ordered breakfast. Huevos Veracruz and has beans, so some fiber love for my bowels because I still haven't pooped. I'm doing coconut water. I'm doing chia seeds. I'm doing magnesium citrate. I'm doing the thing. Anyhow, 20 eggs, and now I'm just waiting to know how many were actually mature, because 20 eggs is great, but we'd only seen 16 follicles, so I was a little surprised by that. So maybe 4 are not even mature. And if you don't know, at my age, in my 40s, you get like one good egg, one, dogs be crazy out there. You get one good embryo. I'm definitely still groggy, per 10 eggs. So 20 is excellent for upping our odds of getting possibly 2 good embryos. So we'll see. I've shared online like, oh, I got 20. I'm opening up coffee here, drinking coffee, because I think it'll also help my bowels. I am really anxious to hear how many were mature and how many fertilized. So just waiting for my doctor. It's already noon. I'm like, what are you doing? It's noon on a Sunday. How are you not just thinking about my embryos? By the way, I just love this look of my hair. I thought, if you're gonna do a video, maybe you should take a shower first. And then I thought, no. So I've been just sleeping a lot, resting a lot. My doctor gave me some pain meds, but I'm getting by on NSAIDs alone. I do have an opioid, and opioids are not gonna help my bowels either. But on top of having my eggs removed, I also have a kidney stone right now. I just left because I woke up in the middle of the night, 2 a.m. I thought I had ovarian torsion. Turns out I had a kidney stone. Who gets a kidney stone the night before their egg retrieval, like 2 o'clock in the morning? And the sign to me that I was like, in the back of my mind, I'm like, maybe this is a kidney stone, is that I was like crying and growling like when I'm in labor, and kidney stones are like being in labor. So I think it's in my ureter. It's definitely tender, but I'm just, I'll probably see a urologist this week. Not looking forward to that. My doctor yesterday was like, let's get you over to a urologist. And I was like, it's the weekend. I just had a procedure. I don't want to go anywhere. I don't have childcare. I just really wanted to chill. And I'm like, my body needs to chill. So I'm just going to honor that. It's not an emergency. I'm like, if I have urinary retention or anything, the hospital is literally a 3-minute walk for me. I will just go there. And she was cool with that. Yeah, that's the update. I'll let you know how many mature eggs, how many fertilized, and then we gotta wait, friends, 5 or 6 days to know how many make it to that day 5 mastocyst, and then we'll know how many we're gonna test, and then we've gotta wait like 3 weeks to know how many are viable. And you know, if I get like 4 viable embryos, then let's go. We'll just do a transfer. But odds are not in my favor. Although 20 eggs was not what they thought was possible either. They were like, at your age, we can get probably 10. My ovaries are like, I see you're 10 and I raise you 20. But again, that doesn't mean that they're all actually mature. And if they're not mature, they can't be fertilized. And even if they do get fertilized, you know, not all of these eggs are gonna necessarily divide perfectly and make it to the end of the race. But shit, if I get 4, let's go. Let's just do a transfer. I don't have to do another round of IVF, but it's not uncommon to do multiple rounds of retrievals. And I'm already planning on 2. And I talked to my doctor about like it might be better to bank more. We'll see like the quality of them as well. I'll make a decision. And yeah, I'll keep you updated on all that. I gotta go. I gotta eat my food, and then I gotta like walk around my apartment and try to poop. We just got the call, and we had 20 eggs retrieved. We only expected 16. Turns out 16 were mature and 16 fertilized. So now we're just in the waiting phase of how many embryos. And with those odds, I mean, that's pretty good. But generally, for every 10 eggs that you get that fertilize, you're gonna get 1 euploid or genetically normal embryo. I'm really hoping that it's more than that, but we'll see. The goal is really for every 1 successful pregnancy, you want to have at least 3 embryos, because first implantation, second implantation, they might not take. So 16 is really good, and I have put in so much effort. And there's also like the 20 years of my life as a nutrition scientist that I've also put in. But I really, in the last year, have been doing a lot based on the research and my clinical experience. And it so far looks like it's working out. That we'll see. The next stage is we have to see how many make it to day 5 blastocysts. They likely won't all make it. You never know. That would be amazing. But it's kind of hard to live outside a womb. These little embryos, a little bit hard. We expect that they won't all make it. And then once they get to day 5, we will biopsy, send it out for PGT-A testing, and then about 3 weeks later, I will know the results. It's a lot of a waiting game. And then, once you do implantation, then you've got like a couple of weeks waiting until you do the blood test. I'll be peeing on sticks come day 8, because I just know me. All of my pregnancies have been positive about 8 days post-ovulation. So I'm gonna be that person. And I'm sure my doctor's gonna be like, don't do it. I'm just gonna do it like every day until I do the blood test. I'm not even gonna pretend that I'm not that person. I am that person. Here we go. Maybe we'll find out how many embryos. How you feeling?
Excited.
Or maybe we won't. We don't know yet. That's exactly how my ovaries feel. They're big and they're bulky and there's all that fluid in them and around them, and I feel super validated right now. So I'm glad we got that checked. Out of 16 eggs, 6 maybe have made it. And 2 we're waiting on right now, but 4 definitely looks like we're gonna be able to biopsy it. Exciting to have at least 4, maybe 6. That drop off of 10 was prepared for it mentally. Didn't matter. When I heard it, I was like, sad face. Not one. I just got the call from my doctor, and not one embryo made it. That's not the way I thought that story was going to go. I've shed so many tears. And something that made it extra hard that I didn't expect is to see the 4 embryos, which by the way were missing genes, none of which were compatible with life. Like, we're talking not gonna develop your heart correctly, kind of genetic anomalies. The whole reason why I'm doing IVF and PGT-A testing, because as you saw in that story, I have lots of eggs, plenty of eggs, which is why getting pregnant is not my problem. The staying pregnant is the problem because of the genetic issues that exist. And as I looked at the report of the embryos, seeing that one XX really just hit me. I was sad about all of them. I was crying and mourning all of them. But seeing that XX, I have 2 boys, and seeing that one girl, that possibility, that potential just being gone. That was a lot to sit with, and I didn't anticipate that hitting me so much. I'm in Mexico City. I am in one of the few countries in the world that allows for that type of testing. They just do it. I didn't ask for it. Nobody asked me about it. It's just part of the standard lab, as far as I'm aware, because that's the report that I got. And just seeing that and seeing what was lost and feeling all of that, and then having that moment where I hadn't even considered the gender, and like that was a baby girl and a non-viable baby girl. It was just a lot, and I just didn't expect that to hit me like that. I didn't even expect that to be a factor in everything. After talking with my husband, we decided to go round 2. We always had 2 rounds in mind. We just really hoped for better outcomes in the first. And the fact that we got 20 eggs and 16 fertilized, that speaks volumes to everything that my husband and I have been doing for our health and to support our fertility. Because at 42, there's not a lot of women that can say they can get 20 eggs. That is not in any way to shame anybody, make anybody feel bad, or make anybody feel like, anything is their fault. What I'm speaking to is the effort that I have been putting in, the way I have been tending to my diet, trying my best to tend to stress. If you know, life is crazy sometimes. The supplements that I have been taking, the way that I try to manage my sleep, I check in on my blood sugar, all of these things that I have been doing are not for nothing. And that is exactly how it can feel when you have that outcome like I did. I mean, that is so frustrating. And not gonna lie, I was in Paris when I got this news, and the next morning I was like, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna have a pastry for breakfast. Just gonna do it. Because I'm sad. And I don't do stuff like that. It's just gonna be one time. Not gonna lie, retail therapy, it's not hitting. It's not doing it for me. Who knew? Having such devastating news couldn't be fixed with a bag or a skirt. It's so easy to lose hope, lose perspective, and I can feel how easy it is to go, well, why am I even bothering? Why am I monitoring, my intake of all of these things and taking care of my health so much? What I tell myself is, even if there isn't a baby at the end of this story, there is longevity. There's health, there's absence of disease, and the ability to fully thrive in my body at the end of this story. So everything I'm doing is not for nothing, even though it can feel that way. If you're someone who feels like I've been doing everything right and I'm not getting the outcomes I expect, I just want to encourage you to be very gentle with yourself and congratulate yourself for all of the effort you're putting in to amplify the health of your entire body. Not just your fertility, but your entire body. And I can say those words, and at the same time, I still know how frustrating it is, how heartbreaking it is, how freaking awful it is to do all of this work, to go through a retrieval, and then to get to the end and have no embryos, no viable embryos. Please know you're not alone. You are absolutely not alone. To see other women's stories, because when you are in the depth of it and you are crying and you are losing your mind and spiraling, it's really good to know you're not alone. And you're not alone. There's a lot of women who have gone a dozen rounds of IVF with retrievals and only had number 13 yield a baby. I'm saying don't lose hope on your body. And even if you have to do something that you didn't expect, it doesn't look like the route that you expected to take, that's okay. That doesn't say anything negative about you. Fertility journey is not for the faint of heart. And for my people who are in the IVF trenches, we don't arrive at this decision very easily. We don't arrive at this decision without already going through heartache and without feeling like this is our best chance, our best shot, and the best course of action for achieving our dreams and our hopes of a baby. You may very well find, like I may very well find, that donor egg is the only option, that adoption is the only option, or that picturing your life child-free or without that second, third, fourth is your only option. And while it hurts in this moment, and none of those may even be the course of action that you want, know that life is full of variables that you cannot control. But what you can control, loving yourself, being gentle with yourself, and recognizing that you are doing everything you possibly can, that no matter the outcome, you're enough. If you haven't subscribed yet and you want to follow along in my journey, we're going round 2, and I'm documenting the process and giving you insights behind the scenes of what does it look like to go through this while sharing my personal journey. So if you're considering IVF, you're going through IVF, or you know someone who is, and this information is helpful to you, or you want to know anything else, please like, subscribe, or comment below.